Well, we keep working and working and working. Like I said, we're going to have some selected, but look what I just found. Look how green that one is. That one is super, super blue-green. Whoa. There. Oh, Nelly. That one is definitely going. Wow. That might be the find of the day. Because look at his compadres around it. And then you got that one just sitting there. Woo-hoo! Can't wait to get that one on us all. Now I think I just found the find of the day. It's interesting because it's not round. But watch this one. Let me see if I can get that sunlight. Should be able to see that green. Just hanging out in that. You can see how odd shaped that is, but it's got a green vein that's going right around and in there. I believe I can see that with no flashlight, no nothing, that this thing is talking. I'll get it wet so you can kind of see it. There we go. Look at the green. Look at the green protruding out of that one. He eroded it down right into a really heavy green vein. I would say it was a jasper, but I'm being I want to take a sample this time. If it looks waxy, if it's got waxy look to it, I'm going to take those and then cut some of these to see this what in the world, and also put a light on, or I'll show. Got wet again. It's not really a gorgeous color, but I am not an expert at jade, so I am going. Now that's a portion of that material of that one that was in my hand there. And this was kind of a surprise. Kind of a plain blah. Had a little wax. You look to it. Kind of looked like just it could have been just the boringest pile of crap. But we have a very stable, it almost has formed like a picture jasper. Very, very nice looking compared to what it looked like on the hoof, is what we would call it. Kind of sneaky. I was pretty surprised with that. Pleasantly surprised. Not like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with that? That actually has got a nice look to it. Where's that jade? Now here's that one with that wonderful pressure ridge. And I'm going to try to see if the camera will pick it up. There's a big green pressure ridge right there. You can see that as it goes around. It goes completely around that stone. Remember, that was the find of the day until we hit this one. Wow, that one's already cut. So, and I truly believe, coming in future episodes on the evolution, this one here is a pressure ridge that has eroded from most all the other material. And we have got, oh, good grief, the evolution. So let's get this cut. I'm going to cut it on this side right in here. And then let's see what we're going to make out of that. Pleasure to treasure. That cut's very difficult. But you can see that pressure ridge right there. That green. See how it's just radiating that green? So you go down in here, you don't see as much. Get up in here and you see a lot of it. And we're going to see if we can extract that from this large stone. Well, Covington Jr. is humming in the background. Had to turn off the radio. Didn't want to get copyright infringement. But anyway, that was kind of a pain in the butt. And I cut that out of that rock. The compression ridge. Now, one thing that I did not like is I did cut a sleeve from it. And it's not very good quality. It's got it. But I can flip this around. And you hardly see any light here. That is not a very good piece. So the total piece isn't even close to being as good as some of the other material we have. So you can see it here, but she's dies on the back. So I'm hoping, we can see all that green all the way around. I'm hoping that we'll hit pay dirt right there. Now you can see this one right here, as we can see right there, has ended up being a wonderful stone. And here's what the slabs look like. You don't have to get too much light behind it to see through that. That is wonderful. There is some inclusions, but that is wonderful Nephrite jade. We're going to make some cabochons with that. So, hence, pleasure to treasure. And as you can see, that seam is surrounded, but it does go through. And I'll show you just how translucent the seam is. Here we are. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's black, but the seam does go all the way through, but it's only about, I'd say about a half an inch, maximum 3/4 of an inch. But it is going through. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to have a flashlight. I mean, that's how translucent that is. You can see that just easy peasy. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know if it's going to be blurry, but there it is. Interesting, huh? But I've got to see just what's in here, because this one is beautiful. It's got a blue hue to it, as you can see. Look at the greens. And then look how it iridesces. You can see that iridescence popping out all over the place. See that? I actually think this could be a very light, beautiful jade. Let's see what this thing turns into. You put the flashlight up, and she's transparent as nobody's business there. And flashing a green. It's just a real soft green. But it's not, I don't believe it's a serpentine. It's too hard. You can see just how translucent that seam is. And that's not that thin. Like I said, you can see, it's almost just standing there green all by itself. But what we're doing here is on episode coming, that was discovered. And that you can see is emerald green sitting in that dirty ass saw. And that's coming. And I treated that just like on Pell Rider when you had the miners and he found that big nugget and he was going, I'm going to town, the hood. That's what I was doing to Noel when I spotted and found that one. Hood. This is coming on future episodes. But look at that. Look at the green. Like I said, I think it's that pressure ridge on that jade. Some folks are having difficulties finding some decent material on the Teton River. You just, I don't know. I guess be lucky or work. Work can get rewarded. The evolution tries its dangest, and it puts a lot of work in order to find some of this material. Beautiful. Whew. We are looking for the jade. And you can see we go into the bowels. Anything that's easy to go, usually we don't. Bear claw. A jade bear claw. Ooh. Pretty. Really pretty. Pretty. Look at that. Those are beautiful treasures. Beautiful treasures. Here's the bear claw with the little flashlight. Ooh. You can see it shining the pretty green. Pretty nice, huh? Looks kind of pretty. Look at that. Ooh. Got a hair. All right, there we go. A little difficult, but you can see what I'm talking about. Kind of a nice little treasure. Here's a pendant right there. Shine the light. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's a treasure. Nice. Look how pretty that is. Jade fever. Ooh. Here is the jasper piece. So here we go. Look at that. Pretty. Don't really have to shine a light on that, but it's awful pretty. A lot prettier than me. It's awful pretty though. See that? Makes a nice little pendant. And we'll grab a couple more here. Look at these. Shine the light. You can see just how that thing just blares through. I'm gonna have to turn down the intensity of that light because they are so translucent. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That yummy. Teton River Jade. Me likey a lot. And like this. I kind of like that kind of it's a masculine looking, kind of like a big, oh, I don't know. Looks like a big tomahawk of some kind. I really like that design. I think that's going to be my favorite, but you can see just how translucent that is. Teton River Jade. Thank you so very much. Please subscribe. Hopefully this was squirrely enough for you to keep your entertainment. But anyway, till next time. Bam. See ya. Thank you.